Let's go. It's for my town, bruh. I know we've been abused. I hold us down, bruh. That's either win or lose. Wait, what I'm talking about? We ain't finna lose. CCxPL is an option, we ain't finna choose. So if you didn't know, you need to get used to me. I'm trying to place Dayton back up where we used to be. That mean I gotta put the crown on my city's head. I read the news and then I heard that my city's dead.
All right, first and foremost, gotta say thank you. Give you propers for agreeing to sit down with your boy for the Pioneers.
Listen, I appreciate you, man.
When I think of Pioneers, especially in Dayton, you are definitely one of the first people to come to mind as a local pioneer that ain't trying to be a pioneer. You know what I'm saying? Pioneers don't try to be pioneers, they just be, you feel me? And you one of the first people on the owning your own business, you know what I'm saying? Not only owning your own business, one thing I want to give you props for is for making your own lane. Who thinks to make cologne? What single individual thinks to make a cologne? Well, a fragrance, bruh. Like, that's... So, let me introduce Mr. This is all I know him as. It's Mr. Parker Lewis. I'm gonna let him tell you whatever he wants you to know about him. But aside from that, the floor is yours, sir.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, one more thing before I say the floor is yours, just to let y'all know this ain't no cap. That I've been messing with him. How many bottles is that down there, man?
That's 5 of them.
Okay.
The collection is real, man. The collection is real, man.
Yeah.
Listen, this makes me happy every time I see this.
Right.
It's proof of concept. It's people believing. It's an honor every time somebody believes, because they could always go to Macy's.
Facts.
They could always go to Berghoff. They could always go to, wherever they go.
And
the middle of the mall,
Let me say this. Your fragrances is on par or even greater.
That
you
was
know what I'm saying, depending on what you want to smell like.
That was the goal. Like, starting this, I always saw myself patterning after like Tom Ford.
Okay.
Simple color scheme, simple font, black and white.
Okay.
Captivating name of the scent. Unisex.
Right.
Unisex, always unisex. Scent has no gender.
And it's funny that you say unisex, because I wasn't even up on unisex fragrances until I was married and my wife got us a fragrance, and it was unisex, and that mug was so dope.
That's the goal. I wanted to create something that you and your partner, I guess it's an all-encompassing term, but you and your partner could put on together and step out with. Y'all could both go out, smell like Pearl White on any given night. Vacation night in Miami, we both putting this on. We gonna both spray it, and we gonna both step smelling like it. That was the goal. But it was also a concept of a lot of fragrances are incomplete, meaning that you gotta, a lot of these scents are made for layering.
Okay.
Or some type of other thing, whether it be your lotion, your body oil, your soap, and you stack the scent.
Right.
Well, instead of me giving you an incomplete, I gave you a complete scent to step out with. Now you can still layer. It allows for layering.
Right.
You can play with it. I tell people all the time, you can do Pearl White and Danny O and go kill, but but it was meant to create the complete experience out of one bottle. And it was really, really about individuality, because I've always been a collector of fragrance. I've dabbled in scent in the scent thing for over 20 years. I've been, even when it was the cheap, I was a middle of the mall guy. I was the homie copping from the oil ock. I was all of those things.
What led to the passion though to become a pioneer? You know what I'm saying? And nobody in Dayton that I'm aware of, I'm sure there are, but no one that I'm aware of has their own line of fragrances that they produce, bottle, and
I can't draw. I can't rap. I can't dance. And those art forms are things that I admire. I can't tell jokes. I'm not a performer. I'm reluctant to be in front of a camera, but I love art, and this was my way to do art.
Okay.
And create something that somebody could say, "Oh yeah, this is nice. This is a thing." And this is my entry into the art. Yes, I get paid to do it,
Right.
but it's still art first. Like, I haven't totally even committed myself to the commerce of it all,
Right.
because I still love the creation. But essentially,
man, don't you hate when the work comes into your passion, like where it actually you have to do the work like time and
I strictly do the business to fund the art. I do the business to fund the art, because it's like everything that's required. This is a costly artistic endeavor. So I gotta sell it. I gotta move the dope. Gotta move the dope. Like,
and sometimes you gotta eat bad product because you remember the issue with the pumps that you had to eat. So
I come through those issues, and that's the business aspect of it, and you learn from that, and you become more savvy as far as
the type of partners you select, and
reviews
and homework.
This was the vehicle. This ended up being the vehicle for me to do my next business venture, because it showed me how to go about stuff. But this is always gonna remain art. I thought I wanted to scale it up. I don't.
You found your lane. You found your niche.
I'm grateful that I have a core group of support that are like, nah, I'll come to you. I don't gotta go to the mall no more. I ain't gotta go fool with whoever I fool with, and that allows me to, like, I don't have to chase it. Like, I told myself a long time ago, I don't do stuff for money. I don't do stuff for money. It's not even a thing. I'll do it for free. I must be properly compensated, but I don't do it because of the money alone. I do it because I want to do it. And for people who support the collection, I don't have to be in hustle mode. I feel like I don't have to crank out, and I can just drop how I want to, and it be what I want it to be, and it's something that they want to have. So I'm totally blessed, because it's a lot of people with horror stories and complaints of, oh, nobody supporting me at home. Nah, home took care of me. Home took care of me. Like, I don't have that. I don't have that complaint.
Right.
I don't.
The city is everything.
The town definitely took care of me.
I love Dayton.
So for those who are experiencing local issues, ask yourself why.
Look in the mirror.
Why are you having local issues? I get the whole, they ain't gonna believe in. I can't. I beg to differ. Are you likable? So part of the product is you being likable. Like, unless this is what we sell is a luxury. So, in order for the people to want to, or to be drawn to it, unless it's just so undeniable, you have to. Part of the sales pitch is you, and you being likable, relatable, understandable, or at least convincing. And you can have the greatest thing on earth, but if I don't like you, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Like,
people really need to learn that, like, its energy comes off your post and your personality on social media. And I don't know how many times I've met someone and I'm like, oh, you're nothing like I envisioned, because, well, just think, if you're trying to sell something to somebody, they're making the same type of choice with their money based off the energy that you're putting out into the universe. That stuff doesn't go away.
You
You
can't
can delete it, but it's somewhere still. Internet is forever.
you can't be the mean person that asks for my money because now you're motivated by
Man,
some type of survival instinct. Now, if you got a supreme talent, okay, but that's rare.
very rare.
Everybody's not a supreme talent. I'm not a supreme talent, so I have to rely on the fact that I've invested well in my city and in my people that
Mm-hmm.
when it's my turn to say, hey, I might have something you like, I at least get the one time.
The one time. And then that creates the word of mouth.
It don't even have, and that's the funny part. If you were one time or first, if you were a first and last time, I appreciate you as much as the repeat, because at least you tried it.
Facts.
Like I don't, that we don't give enough credit to the effort, the attempt. The attempt is cool too.
Yeah. Hey, Martin Luther King, he had a whole bunch of people around him, and Rosa Parks wasn't the first person to get thrown off a bus. And she had a car. That was PR. You know what I'm saying? But it was an issue. And her story is the one that they knew America would pay attention to.
It was a well-meaning scam. I'm cool with it.
Right.
I listen, man. Listen, it was a scam, and they got the result. I don't judge. Like, yeah, we evaluate the attempt, but we should also evaluate the result.
Exactly.
And the result was what we got. But we'll work the angles to get what we're looking for. And sometimes you got most of this world is a finesse in some way or form or fashion.
No, capitalism is all a finesse. This whole everything, even a free quote unquote library, and this is to keep us pacified so we don't pay attention to what's really going on. You know what I mean? It's all smoke and mirrors.
I push back on the library because the library is the last stand for unfiltered information.
I only use library as an example because that's where we are. But you're absolutely right. But at the same time, books are being banned left and right.
Yeah,
every day.
But what I love, just to speak on the environment, I love the library because it doesn't require anything. You don't have to be a member. All you have to be is you, and everything that you would want to know, you can find out stepping through these doors.
And a little known fact: if you're homeless and you find yourself in any city, all you need to establish residency is a library card. I learned that probably about 20-something years ago.
Now that's different.
Exactly. So if you don't have a home and you can register, you get a library card somewhere and you're a resident of that city.
Yeah. That's crazy. That means I live a lot of places because anywhere I go a lot, a library card.
Right.
I got a library card in DC. I got a library card for Baltimore County. I got a
you can establish residency there.
I got a library card in Cincinnati here. Yeah, anywhere I spend a lot.
That's a dope collection, bro. And I'm not surprised that someone like you would have that. Like I said, we became friends because of social media, and then we met in person. You know what I'm saying? And you just happen to be a cool person, funny person online, cool person online, and an actual person. Like people, you can actually be real in real life. And this man is a classic example of that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
You gotta shout out my homegirl Sony, because this ain't a shirt by Sony. Sony's, you gotta blame Sony for all my other fresh t-shirts. I try to give an independent black business owner a chance at one of these festivals or what have you. And I bought the Marvin Gaye tee, right? He Woody Hutton me. He ain't even put the question mark on the end of what's going on. He just put what's going on. So from henceforth, I will never rock another tee unless Sony made that motherfucker. Do you hear me? So I already had it on, and I was like, man, I already had the shoes out. I'm like, man, I'm gonna rock this bitch today and just turn it into an example, and then I'm burning this motherfucker like when LeBron left Cleveland. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping past, man. Agreeing to do this, bro.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. I look forward to growing with you and the rest of the city, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate the vision. True pioneer.
My man.
Yes, sir.
So I ran into the mortuary and came out with a corpse I've been forced to carry. And now it's weekend at Bernie's till they earn me. Beating every beat until it leaves on the gurney. Some people saying no, you might need an attorney. I've been killing beats, so these things don't concern me.